After the storm, the cavern was silent now. Only the sound of Luca's ragged breaths and Damien's low, trembling growls filled the darkness. Damien slumped against the obsidian throne, blood still seeping from his wounds. Luca crawled to him, ignoring the sting of the black sigil on his wrist. Luca pleading, almost breaking, "Don't close your eyes. Stay with me, please." Damien's silver gaze found him, faint but sharp. His cold hand cupped Luca's cheek again, as if anchoring himself in that single touch. Damien weak, whispering, "You're my curse and my salvation." Luca pressed his forehead against Damien's, tears falling freely. Luca hoarse, trembling. "Then let me save you too." The shadows stirred, responding to their closeness, swirling like protective wings. Damien's breath grew heavier, lips dangerously close to Luca's. He tried to pull away. He tried to resist. But Luca's fingers gripped the back of his neck, refusing to let go. Their lips crashed together. Not soft, desperate. A kiss of hunger, of agony, of lifetimes of loneliness shattering in one moment. Damien groaned into the kiss, shadows trembling violently around them. Luca clung to him, pouring every ounce of fear, desire, and devotion into the way he kissed him back. Damien pushed Luca down against the cold obsidian floor, hovering above him, his silver eyes burning with a mixture of lust and terror. Damien hoarse, warning, "If I go further, I won't be able to stop." Luca panting, eyes dark with longing. "Then don't stop." Damien's self-control shattered, his lips traced down Luca's jaw, his throat, leaving Luca gasping under every touch. Shadows slipped across Luca's skin, cold at first, then warming with his heartbeat, as if marking every inch of him as Damien's. Luca arched into the sensation, fingers clutching Damien's shoulders, whispering his name like a prayer and a curse all at once. The cavern pulsed as their bond deepened, two souls, one shadow. The sigil on Luca's wrist flared brighter, binding tighter. Damien pulled back just enough to meet Luca's eyes, his lips swollen, his chest heaving. Damien low, guttural. "You're mine now, in shadow, in fire, in eternity. No god, no hunter will take you from me." Luca whispering, breathless. "Then take me completely." Their mouths met again, slower this time, burning with intimacy rather than frenzy. A kiss that wasn't just desire, it was surrender. The shadows finally settled, wrapping them both in a cocoon of black silk-like mist. Damien held Luca tightly against him, their hearts pounding in sync. For the first time in centuries, Damien allowed himself to sleep with someone in his arms. In the heart of darkness, love blooms. But love that defies gods comes with a price yet unpaid. The world did not stay silent for long. When the hunters felt the tremor of Damien's bond echo across realms, they called it a blasphemy. Word spread like wildfire. A mortal had surrendered to the Shadowbound. In distant temples, bells rang in warning. In the hunter's citadel, blades were sharpened. Even the gods stirred, their light burning brighter to counterbalance the rising dark. The world had decided. Luca was an abomination. The next morning, Luca and Damien emerged from the cavern, the bond burning visibly on Luca's wrist like black fire. Villagers who once greeted Luca with warmth now recoiled in horror. Mothers pulled their children away, priests spat curses, and whispers followed them everywhere. "He's marked. He belongs to the darkness. Kill him before he damns us all." Luca's chest tightened, but he held Damien's hand tighter. Luca, soft, defiant. "Let them look. Let them hate. I won't let go." Damien's silver eyes burned with fury, but beneath it there was fear. Not for himself. Never for himself. Only for Luca. Inside a grand cathedral bathed in holy fire, the hunters gathered. The same hunter who had fought Damien stood at the center, voice like steel. "Hunter, the Shadowbound has done what no creature dared before. He has bound a mortal. The boy is the key. If he is not severed, the world itself may fall." The council roared in agreement. A decree was made. Luca must die. Damien must be destroyed. That night, under a fractured moon, Damien sat watching Luca sleep. Shadows curled protectively around him, but his gaze was distant, haunted. Damien whispered to himself, "They'll never stop coming. Not until you're ash." He brushed a strand of hair from Luca's forehead, his cold fingers trembling. For the first time in centuries, the indomitable Damien felt fear. Not of hunters, not of gods, but of losing the boy in his arms. Damien's POV flashback, centuries ago. Damien wandered through the ruins of an abandoned village. The night was empty, his shadows restless. His heart had been silent for so long, numb to time, numb to existence, and then he saw him. A boy, kneeling in the dirt, trying to light a lantern despite the storm winds. His hands shook, but his eyes burned with stubborn fire. Luca's laugh, soft and frustrated, carried in the wind when the flame finally caught. Damien froze. Something in him, something dead for ages, stirred violently. I should have left. I should have devoured him where he stood. That's what monsters do. But instead, I watched. And for the first time, I envied the living. I envied his light. When Luca looked up, their eyes met across the shadows. Silver clashed with human warmth, and Damien knew. It was over for me, even then. Love at first sight. My damnation. My salvation. Back in the present, Damien kissed Luca's wrist, right where the sigil glowed black. His lips lingered, soft, reverent, like worship. Damien, hoarse, whispering. They'll come for you. The whole world will rise, but even if the heavens burn, I will not let them take you. Shadows surged like a vow made flesh, sealing the night in darkness. The night was eerily quiet. Outside, the winds whispered of coming war, but inside Damien's shadowed sanctum, the world had stopped. Luca pressed against Damien, his palm tracing the sharp line of his jaw, memorizing every detail. Shadows curled softly around them, protective, tender. Luca soft, trembling. I don't care if the world rises against us. I just want you here, with me. Damien lowered his forehead to Luca's, silver eyes shimmering like molten metal. His voice was low, rough with emotion. Damien, you don't know what it is to love someone and want to protect them from yourself. Luca's lips curved, brushing Damien's hand with a gentle kiss. Luca, then let me be yours, all of me, even if it destroys me. Shadows shifted, wrapping around them like silk. Damien groaned softly, dragging Luca into his lap, their bodies entwined. They kissed again, slow, deliberate, lingering in each other's warmth. Hands roamed, tracing every line, every scar, as if memorizing each other. Damien's silver eyes softened, his lips brushing Luca's neck, whispering words that no one else would ever hear. Damien hoarse, reverent. My darkness is yours, only yours. Luca gasped, clutching Damien's shoulders, hearts pounding in sync. Shadows pulsed around them, alive, protective, like the world itself was yielding to their bond. Luca, whisper, breathless. Then let's face the world together, no matter what it throws at us. Damien's hands held him tighter, pressing Luca against his chest. Their lips met once more, a seal of surrender, of trust, of love. The shadows around them seemed to hum in agreement. Dawn broke, red and angry. Hunters led by the one who had confronted Damien before descended upon the sanctum. Divine light clashed against the encroaching shadows, tearing through the skies. Damien's voice rang out, deep and commanding. Damien, Luca, stay behind me. Luca, defiant, gripping his hand. No. We fight together. The first wave of hunters struck, swords ablaze. Damien's shadows erupted like a tidal wave, slicing through light and steel alike. Luca, still trembling from the night, felt the sigil flare, his newfound connection with Damien unleashing bursts of power he never knew he had. They fought as one. Shadows and sigil magic intertwined, creating a shield around them both. Every strike Damien made was echoed by Luca, instinctively moving, protecting, attacking in tandem. Damien voice low and tense. Look at me, Luca. Our enemies, they won't take you. Luca panting, eyes fierce. Never. Not while I'm breathing. Even amidst chaos, their hands found each other's, fingers interlacing, grounding one another. Every glance, every brush of skin was a silent promise, love amidst war. Above them, the sky darkened further, as if gods themselves had joined the hunt. Hunters shouted, blades glowing, shadows writhing. But Damien and Luca stood side by side, a single entity of light and shadow. The world may rise against them, but together, they are unstoppable. Love forged in shadow cannot be broken. The horizon burned with fire. Hunters, priests, and rogue angels formed an army, their weapons glowing with divine energy. Shadows from Damien roiled and twisted, stretching across the ground like living tendrils, forming a dark barrier around him and Luca. Luca gripping Damien's hand, whispering, They're coming. Are you ready? Damien's silver eyes ablaze, low and dangerous. Not ready, but we'll face them together. The wind howled, carrying the clash of steel and the cries of the fallen. Every heartbeat pulsed in sync with the sigil on Luca's wrist. He was no longer just a mortal. He was part of Damien, part of the shadows themselves. The first hunters charged. Damien moved like a storm incarnate, shadows slicing through swords and armor. Luca's sigil flared as he instinctively mirrored Damien's movements, striking in tandem, a deadly, synchronized force. Damien shouting over the chaos, Stay close to me, Luca. Luca breathless, defiant, I am not leaving your side. Not ever. In the chaos, they fought back to back, touching shoulders, hands brushing, every accidental contact sending shivers of desire through them. Even amid war, their bond was unbreakable, electric. During a lull in the fight, Damien held Luca close behind a shattered wall. Damien soft, trembling. You feel that? The world hates us. But my heart, it only beats for you. Luca pressed his forehead to Damien's chest, feeling the rapid heartbeat beneath the shadows. Luca breathless, whispering, I know, and mine only beats for you. Damien's lips hovered near Luca's ear, brushing it gently. Damien, even here, amidst blood and fire, I will claim you, always. Shadows curled around them protectively, hiding their closeness from the world. Luca tilted his head, lips brushing Damien's neck in a stolen, intimate kiss. Luca, then claim me. Even the battlefield seemed to pause for that single, electric moment, their love defying everything around them. The hunters and divine forces pressed their attack, but Damien and Luca moved as one. Shadow tendrils erupted from Damien, forming a swirling barrier around both of them, while Luca's sigil flared, enhancing Damien's power. Damien growling, fierce. You will not touch him. Not while I breathe. Together, they unleashed a devastating wave of shadow energy, hurling foes backward. Their eyes met mid-battle, a silent promise, no matter what, they fight and survive together. Amid the smoke and carnage, Damien pressed Luca against him, lips brushing his temple, whispering, Damien hoarse, soft, forever, you are mine. Luca's arms wrapped around Damien's neck, pulling him closer, whispering back, Luca breathless, defiant, and you are mine, in shadow, in fire, in life, in death. Battlefield raging, light and darkness colliding, but Damien and Luca at the eye of the storm, united, untouchable, burning with desire and love. When the world rises against love, only those who embrace it completely can survive. And some bonds are too fierce to break.